All right, first question right here in the front on the right.
Chet Jenny Carlson with the Oklahoman. Just felt like too many mistakes tonight, and obviously fourth quarter didn't close the way you guys would want. What'd you feel like was lacking tonight?
Um, I wouldn't even say there's a feeling of something being lacking. There's a lot of areas we can clean up. Myself personally, everybody down the roster that got in tonight can look in the mirror and see where they can be better. Everybody who stepped out there can be better, and uh, it starts with me. I got to be better. There was a couple opportunities that we gave away on the inbounds, just taking care of the ball. Um, there's you could look at every single breakdown and see an opportunity to be better. We got to understand that no game's going to be perfect. Next game's not going to be perfect, but we have to watch the film and see what we can do to put ourselves in a better position to win the game.
Fourth row in the center.
Yeah, John Hollinger from The Athletic. Yeah, Chet, the fourth quarter in particular, you guys scored 18 points, missed 9 of your last 10 shots. What do you think happened to you guys down the stretch that caused you to struggle so much?
I'm gonna have to go back and watch the film on that one. I don't want to say something without being able to see the whole picture. But obviously, to win games of this magnitude at this level, we have to be better than the stat you just threw out there. We need to close games, close quarters, close possessions. It doesn't just come down to the end of the game. We got to figure out how to put ourselves in a better position, for the whole 48 minutes.
Second row here.
Yeah, Chet, Barry Trammell, Tulsa World. You scored 13 in the first quarter, struggled after that. What was working so well for you in the first quarter, and then what went awry after that?
Yeah, I think, I was playing aggressive, but, I kind of got more to 2 feet when I got in the painted area, and then, the plays that didn't go my way, I felt like I got a little sped up at times, and I got a little bit out of control in the paint. Which is again another one of the areas where I need to clean up and be better for the next game. And I think there's more than just that. I gotta watch the film and improve.
Fourth row on the right.
Joel Lorenzo with the Oklahoma. Chet, we just asked Alex in the locker room if this feels at all similar to the way the Denver series sort of unfolded, and he was just saying that this is probably more frustrating because it is the finals. I just wonder what's sort of the most frustrating part about the way these finals have unfolded, and do you feel there are similarities to the Denver series?
I wouldn't say that now is the time for emotions to be thinking about how you're feeling, emotional this, emotional that. Like, you kind of have to cut that out and just kind of look at the substance of what it is. We have a great opportunity here. And, the great thing is we have another game coming up, game 4. So we can't be thinking about frustration or anything, no matter how good it's going, how bad it's going. The focus can't be on your emotions. It has to be on, what we're trying to accomplish, task at hand.
All right, thank you, Chet.
Yep.
All right, first question right here in the front.
Shai Jenny Carlson with the Oklahoman. Mark said that he didn't feel like their strategy defensively on you changed much, but their execution, he felt like their force was more on point tonight. What did you see from them defensively, and what impact did that have on the turnovers, especially you had tonight?
Yeah, they were aggressive. They were higher on the pick and rolls. They really were, just like Coach said, more aggressive, more forceful. Yeah, we gotta, starts with me, but we gotta apply that pressure back. Especially if you want to beat a team like that on the road, you gotta be the more forceful team for sure.
First row here on the left.
Shay, you guys go in the fourth quarter up 5, then you're only able to score 18 in the quarter. You only got 3 shots up. What got you guys stuck in the mud, and what kept you from going individually in the fourth?
It's hard to say. It's hard to say because I don't see it from like a bird's eye view right now. After watching film, we'll definitely have a better idea. But they were aggressive. They were heavy in the crowd. I'm not sure how many points they had, but it felt like that when they scored, like we're going against a set defense, and it's always harder against a set defense. So off the top of my head, those are a few things, but I'm sure there's probably more that we can weave through once we watch film.
First row here on the right.
Joel Lorenz with the Oklahoma. Shai, it was almost too many winning plays to count on the Indiana side. It felt like in the fourth quarter, Obi's put back the steal on the inbound. Like, what was maybe the most frustrating part of the way the fourth quarter unraveled?
I'm not too sure. We just, like you said, it felt like they won all the 50-50 plays. They executed on both ends of the ball. When you give those two things up, and no matter what quarter, you're probably going to lose the quarter. Especially, and then it goes back to especially on the road in a hostile environment, there are crowds behind them. So, yeah, we got to take care of those things if we want to come out of the game forward a dub.
All right, second row middle.
Also, world. Their defensive pressure seemed to really affect you guys right there at midcourt. Both you and Jalen were always sort of corralled up. What was different about tonight more than, besides maybe they're just playing with more force?
They were higher in the pick and rolls.
Had they been going that high?
No, they hadn't.
During the series?
No, they hadn't. That's what they were higher tonight in the pick and rolls. Like they were above the screen. So like when you come off it, you got to go backwards, and that's a little bit of. It goes back to a little bit more force. Like if we are more aggressive to start the pick and roll and setting it up, then we get a better angle. Things like that usually come down to like who throws the first punch, and I think that's what that was.
All right, first row far left.
Nick Gallo, KC Thunder. Shai, what do you guys do as competitors here for the next 48 hours? I know you probably wish you could get right back out there and play those guys again right now, but how do you win these next 48 hours?
Yeah, learn from your mistakes, rest, recovery, do everything we can to be a better basketball team come next game. Yeah, I would say those things.
Second row on the left.
Yeah, McConnell steals 3 inbounds, and you guys had a few more. I think Caruso called them pick six type turnovers where it's just, run out dunks. As you look at a game like this, how detrimental are not only those points, but just how it feels when a guy just steals an inbound layup?
Yeah, those plays hurt, especially because they're very controllable. You can take your time and inbound the ball, but you make mistakes in basketball, no matter the stage, and we definitely had opportunities to cover those things up, but you also don't let plays like that happen. It just goes back to being tighter, being more focused, being more forceful all night, and things like that really hurt for sure.
Last question, fourth row, the middle.
John Hollinger from The Athletic. Yeah, 9 of 20 from the field tonight. Did you feel happy with the shots you got, or did you feel like you could get to better ones, or was it more just you got what you wanted and missed on them?
Yeah, I felt like I had some good looks in it that I missed and I usually make. There's moments where I could have been a little bit more aggressive, I would say. But yeah, I'll watch film, clean everything up, and try to be better for this basketball team come next game.
Thank you, Shai.
Of course.
All right, first question here in the front on the right.
Joel Lorenz with the Oklahoma. Jalen, I believe it was 19 turnovers after it all. Just how would you sort of characterize those, and on the inbound steals from McConnell, like what did those plays sort of feel like?
They sucked. Just bad, unforced turnovers. So those usually hurt you, especially like in these games where there's like such high stakes and it's going to be separated by, one or two possessions. Those are very controllable turnovers, and they resulted in points. So we had control of the game, and those turnovers are the ones where, like, they get back into it, they get the crowd into it. You know what I mean? So if we can cut those out, I think we'll be in good shape. But yeah, we had a lot of uncharacteristic turnovers that also led to touchdowns. So or points for everybody that doesn't know that reference. But that hurt us tonight for sure.
First row, Jenny.
Jalen, Mark said that Jenny Carlson with the Oklahoma. Mark said that he didn't feel like defensively they changed philosophy, but attack and approach was more forceful. How do you counter that going into 4?
You said them?
Yeah.
Yeah, they didn't change. They didn't change around too much. They just amped up their pressure, and being at home, you have that juice to do it. So we gotta meet that same amount of force and exceed it.
Sorry, Tim, right here.
You hit that pull up at the end of the third, seemed like a huge shot at the time, put you guys up 5. What stands out to you about what went wrong after that?
I missed a shot and then I fouled, and they're right back in the game. That's been kind of the same thing. It's kind of like the thing I was talking about with the turnovers. Like, this team makes big runs, and like those little unforced errors are where obviously I can't control if I miss a shot or not. That's not really the issue. It's just more a foul, give up an and one. Now they're back within 2, and now that shot kind of means nothing. You know what I mean? So I think we just had a lot of unforced errors, and they capitalize on them because they're a good team.
Third row on the right.
Hi, Jalen. Mike Borknoff with The Athletic. Most young teams, when they try to win a title for the first time, kind of have this inflection point or pivot moment for themselves. Now down 2-1 in this series, do you view that as that moment for you guys? And what do you think you can learn from the Denver series here?
I mean, we've been in that exact same kind of predicament. This game 3 was a better game 3 than the ones we've had. So we'll take that and run with it. But yeah, I mean, it's very pivotal. Obviously, you don't like being down in a series, but we have been here before, so we'll use that experience and work to get better from it.
Any other questions for Jalen? Thank you.